What is going on, guys? Today we are going to be taking over South Africa in a Cricket Captain 20 test save. This will be test only because my focus predominantly in the Cricket Captain games is in first class format, which is basically test cricket, and I don't really have the experience to take over the ODI or T20 side successfully because I find it to be a lot of micromanaging. You have to juggle between different players who can only play certain formats, and overall, I like to just stick with one team. Now, I know as a country they are in all three formats, but I personally really love Test cricket, so that is what this series will be focused on. In the first series, we will be taking on the West Indies, which was scheduled to be in the 23rd of July, or I believe late July, or it might have been a bit earlier. But obviously, with the whole pandemic in real life, a lot of the cricket scheduling has been called off, and Cricket Captain have done their best to keep the same scheduled, but it might be in different times than what they would normally. Um, it probably was in July because I believe the West Indies were going straight to play a series in the West Indies after the England series. Pretty much of this series I want to rebuild or retool is the probably proper word, South Africa. If you have been watching Test cricket over the last 18 months, they have been a bit of a rabble. So this bit here is just going to be a bit pre-recorded, so I will be just going over the why I've selected South Africa, and then I will be going to my live commentary during the game. As you can see here, I will be just showing off the players that I have been selecting. There will be a few omissions, like you'll see Temba Bavuma be omitted because I think he's highest score of 100 in Test cricket and an average of about 30 and 40 tests is not very good. There will be a few other players like Nortre, the bowler, who I know they just brought in, but I don't rate him at all. And again, it's just not being harsh on the guy, but he's fairly up there in the age. I want to have a younger group of bowlers. I don't necessarily want to have a lot of bowlers over 28. But you will see I add someone a bit later to the team who's I think 31, but just because his first class form has been phenomenal. But pretty much though, the reason why I have chosen South Africa is because realistically their ranking is very deceptive. They have not been the side they once were. They once were one of the best sides in the world, and I think it's safe to say they're not one of the best sides in the world currently. They've got a very inconsistent side. Their batting lineup is all over the place. They've got two decent openers in Markram and Algar. Rabada is a very good bowler, and same with Ngidi, who I think will be a very good bowler as well. Maharaj I rate as one of the most underrated spinners in the world. He also is very good, and de Kock obviously is one of the best keepers in the world, let alone best keeper batsman. And my issue stems with this side is because they took far too long to rebuild an aging list, and they've sort of retooled it a little bit, and that is what my focus is going to be, except I'm going to be starting to blood a lot more younger players. We see a guy here, Marco Marias. He's 26 years old. He has the highest score of 300 not out in first class cricket. And people might look at that and say, well, if he has a first class average of 38. I'll tell you what, South African first class cricket is very underrated. They play on cricket pitches that are very, very hard to play on. They are very bowler friendly pitches. Really, rarely often in South African cricket you see sides get over 450, let alone in Test cricket, because their wickets are not designed for batsmen to dominate. Now, there is the odd time when the batsman will obviously make some big runs, but if you're comparing these to, like, say, a South African domestic league to the Indian domestic league, this is not a knock on the Indian domestic league, but they play on road pitches. Their wickets are very catered towards spin bowling or batsmen. If you're a fast bowler, it is very hard to get wickets over there, which is why you see a lot of teams bowl spinners in India. Same with, obviously, Pakistan, who still play their first class cricket in Pakistan. I believe they've gone back to playing in Pakistan as of late. but they have been playing in Dubai, which is a terrible place to play cricket. Their wickets there are shocking. They're probably the worst wickets in the world. They're just roads. But enough for that little short rant. I will just get to the point. South Africa, this first season, I hope that we can still remain competitive. We will probably see a drop in the ranks because the ranking in this game is very deceptive. You win a few tests and you'll drop straight down, or you'll lose a few tests and you'll drop straight down. But other than that, I want to make sure I can build a really strong South African batting lineup. I'm pretty confident in the bowling attack that it will develop its own sort of nick. Ngidi will probably be the main number 2. And it just kind of sucks that Philander, who I rated as one of the best bowlers probably of the last decade, retired last year because he was one of the best players on this team. And he was a fair age. He was about 35, 36. It was understandable he was retiring. But he basically kept that lineup for bowlers in check. Now, I'm basically hoping Rabada can keep this on. So I'm going to cut this off and I'll go straight into my live commentary. So we're just going to be looking at a few players here. We've got Alga. We're going to give him some catching practice. He's a very good catcher. And as we get on to the first test, I'm hoping that we can win the toss because in the West Indies, generally you want to be batting first. Excuse me while I get rid of that. But yeah, ideally we're going to be keeping this side. We've got Mullen, Alga, Vanderson, Kokya, Hamza. Although I might take Hamza out. I kind of want to give this Moraes guy a go. Alga, we're going to put at 3 because I want to give Milan a go, and I think Alga can bat at 3, which means we're going to move Vanderson down, and we're going to put Moraes in for Hamza because I don't believe the hype on Hamza, to be fair, but, he could prove me wrong. I'm pretty much going to keep the same side, though. None of the bowlers are going to change, and Lind, who I think is decent. He's a 28-year-old from Cape Town. He has a batting average of 29 in first-class cricket and a first-class bowling average of 24. As we see here, it's going to be very sunny for pretty much all the test, which means it's going to be surely it's going to be really good to bat on. I'm going to go for heads. This is me while I get a drink. But as we see the two sides there, we have 2 debutants at Test cricket, whereas West Indies are players who have all played Test cricket. And we see here we have unfortunately lost the toss and we are going to be bowling, which is very unfortunate. So we want to get some quick wickets straight away. Hopefully Rabada can get the key or Ngidi, because if they're not going to fire, it's going to be a bit hard to get these players out. So ideally, maybe 250 is probably a good score on the West Indies wickets, because I know sometimes... Here we go. A Rabada to Campbell, and he's being given... Is it LBW? He's being given... Kazago Rabada gets the first wicket, and it has been given plum LBW, and Campbell is out. Shane Hetmeyer, I believe he's wicket keeper. He's batting very high up the order, or he used to be a keeper, but it doesn't matter. Ngidi's got him bowled. Shane Hetmeyer, Shannon Hetmeyer, is on his way to the pavilion. 2 balls into his innings. Shai Hope, another one of the West Indies keepers. Who is a batsman who can keep. He isn't a keeper who can bat. I might stick with the same. We'll put Maharaj in, sorry. I might keep Rabada in because he's been bowling well. Ngidi, sorry. He's been bowling well. But he is getting fatigued. We'll give George Lind a go. They're both off spinners. I don't know how this will go in the West Indies. Generally, fast bowlers are successful there, but I think we might be getting... Here we go. Maharaj to Hope. He comes in, and it's stumped, or is it caught behind? It's stumped. De Kock gets the wicket for the stumping. And the Windies are 3 for 45, going on 4 for 45. Caught behind. They're in a world of trouble here. 4 for 45 in the first session. A brilliant start to the West Indies South African series, I must add. We see here Rabada is going to be back into the attack. We can get one more wicket. 4 for 76 is a very good start in the first session. You can't really complain with that. Pretty much here, though, we want to capitalise. Maharaj goes to Ralston Chase, and it's LBW.
That hits the pads.
Maharaj
and is it out?
is getting really, really hot at the moment. He's got 3 wickets. And it's another wicket to Maharaj, who gets the main man, Braithwaite, out, who bats at top of the order for 54.
Oh,
West Indies are in a world of trouble at 6 for 96. I'd be very disappointed if we don't get him out for under 150. Maharaj to Dowich for another wicket. Stumped. De Kock, he has 5 wickets now, I think. Yep. See if we can get another one in Giddy. I might take him out now because he's getting very tired. Rabada should be fit. He comes into Roach and he's got him. Kemar Roach is out for 23.
He's out.
West Indies are 8 for 171 though, and that is very disappointing that we let them leak those runs with Kemar Roach. Lynn comes into Joseph and it's caught behind by Marlon, and that is his first test wicket. Oh, it might be second actually because he had been playing Test cricket before.
That's a big hit.
And Rabada caps off with a last wicket. We look at the bowling card, or pretty much Braithwaite 54 and Joseph 48. The bowling card should show that Rabada had 3 for 32 and Maharaj was the other pick of the bowlers, 5 for 90. We had a really small bowling lineup there, 4 bowlers. Generally in Test cricket you want to run 5 bowlers, but we didn't really need the 5, so I'm kind of happy. 172 is a respectable total, I guess, depending on the wicket. If it, Markram got out. We need to have a partnership at the start of the order. Hopefully we keep this going. Malan in his first test, 16. Hope we need a decent partnership here. And it is a low total, but we need to go while Algar's out. Hopefully the new bloke, Marco Marais can come in and play well. Rassie van Dussen is probably going to be our best hope here, up with probably De Kock to salvage something. I mean, with 3 for 72, we're pretty much the same as the Windies. We were 4 for about 76. And Marais throws his wicket away for 23. Very disappointing. Quinton de Kock, we need him to do something. Same with Rassie van Dussen. We're getting somewhere here. I'm going to go get de Kock on strike. I want him to keep strike for the rest of the day. There's only 3 overs left. End of the day, we need to get 41 runs to take the lead. De Kock gets 50. Brilliant. Van Dussen, come on, get a 50. Yep, beautiful. Van Dussen got a 50. We lead now. 62, 60. Brilliant. Nice little partnership here. Van Dussen, 66 out. We need Du Plessis to do something. He's the captain of South Africa and he's played terrible in the last 18 months. Hopefully de Kock can get 100. We lead by 48 runs. We're going along nicely here. The run rate is a bit slow, but we're only day 2, so I'm not really concerned about days at the moment. Beautiful. De Kock peels off a brilliant innings. Du Plessis, 16 off 74 balls. Disappointing. I want to put De Kock as to keep strike here, and unfortunately they get through George Lind. Hopefully Maharaj can stick around. We lead by basically 100 runs. And De Kock goes for 119. I'd say that is the innings goodbye there for the South African. I don't think we'll get to 300. Oh, we might. 293 for 8. It's a chance we could get to 300. Well, there we go. Maharaj, nice little cameo of 23. Rabada, 13. Come on, and Giddy. I mean, to recover from 4 for 72 to make pretty much 325 is a fantastic effort. We were helped there by Van Dussen and de Kock. We had a couple of players there get starts, but unfortunately didn't capitalise. And from the West Indies point of view, Gabriel takes 4 for 76 and Harding 2 for 52. The key here is we have a big lead. We do not want the Windies to take a lead. And there's the first wicket. Inky gets
What a ball that
Campbell.
was.
Hopefully we can not bat again, but it looks like the Windies are going quite quick. We're going to put Alga in just to be a bit smart. Just it was the last over. I thought, why not? Maharaj and Alga, just because we want to see what happens. Surely Alga's not going to get a wicket, but he is. He's going to get Hetmeyer, and to get out to a batsman
Safely
who
powered.
can bowl occasional off spin is very, very bad. We're going to put the 2 quicks back on in a minute. I'm going to get Ngidi back on though first. I'm expecting he could be the man to break through the partnerships. Maharaj could be the saviour if we do have to
One of the
bowl into the 4th day when spinning will be a big option. Better get Rabada back on, who's gone at 5 and over, who has been disappointing this innings. Lunch day 3, the Windies have a lead of 35, and that lead is going up. Lynn to Braithwaite, and he gets another wicket. A good innings from Braithwaite, 117, but unfortunately he could not carry the bat and be not out at the end of his side's innings. Blackwood makes 51 and Chase 28, another partnership that has put a thorn in us. To leak these runs after bowling so well in the first innings is very disappointing on our behalf. I really am not impressed by this bowling performance in the second innings. This could really lead to a loss. And Rabada gets a wicket. Unfortunately, we need to get wickets very quickly. Very quickly. Blackwood is out.
He's out.
Hopefully after Dowich, we're not going to be leaking runs. And Roach is out.
They're
And
appealing.
Giddy gets him. We will be taking that new ball. And we will be going into the 3rd session. Rabada to Dowich. And he's got him. 17 he
massive shout
makes.
for LB.
But it doesn't matter. The Windies have a lead of 150 and it might be enough on a wicket. That is being
bowled
really
him,
good
and
for
he-
bowlers. And Rabada, for the last wicket, he cleans up.
Bowled.
And he has figures of 4 for 91 and the Giddy has figures of 4 for 78. The West Indies had Braithwaite, who made 117, and Blackwood, who made 54 as their 2 best contributors. Overall, they should be pleased with that effort after an abysmal first innings, I must add. We need to chase 158. I should be confident, but I'm not. And that is why Malan is out for 2. If we lose quick wickets at the start of the innings, it's going to be very bad. We're 2 for 11. Wow, this could be a very close finish. I'm hoping we can get up and win, but I really don't know. Van Dussen throws his wicket away. Oh no. We are 3 for 44. We need 114 to win. We just need a partnership from the middle order, and Markram needs to save this test. Marais goes out. We've got de Kock and we've got Markram. I'm a bit confident here because these players are proven performers. And de Kock throws his wicket away. I don't know what he's doing. He should be better than that. We're 5 for 82. this is good bowling wickets from what I can see. It's good for bowling and for fast bowling and spin. But du Plessis, he has to do something. A good score from Markram, 49 to win. I don't know how to feel about this. We are not playing well. 38, surely 37. Oh, if Markram goes out, I'm really worried. Du Plessis out. Surely Markram can just hold it together. Come on, Markram. George Lind. He just needs to give Markram the strike. 14 to win and Markram's out. Oh, we're down to 3 wickets. And Lind goes. 12 runs left, Rabada and Maharaj. I'm putting it on every ball. I just can't. Or medium, sorry. If we lose another wicket, we're going to have to go to every ball. No ball.
Oh, that was close.
Good shot from Rabada. 6 to win.
He's timed that.
No, he's not going to. No, not out.
Big
Surely.
appeal.
And he's been given out. What is this? 6 to win. 9 for 152. This has been a fantastic test. But we are going to have to play every ball because I want to see what happens. I want Maharaj to be the one to get the runs just because Ngidi is unknown. So I've got Maharaj taking the strike, but Ngidi is on strike at the moment. He just needs to survive the over. No!
That's hit him, and it was really travelling.
Surely not.
And that's the end of his
He's
innings for
retired
today. He's
her.
heading for the
What a
pavilion.
way to lose a test. 6 runs remaining, and we effectively need 6 runs to win. And to lose it on a retired hurt because the guy bowled a bouncer and our batsman Ngidi played the wrong type of ball, it's very disappointing. I wouldn't say we deserved that win, but at the same time, we were in with a chance to win. We probably should have capitalised with that first innings. Unfortunately, we didn't. That is very disappointing. I don't think I've ever had that happen, to be fair. But pretty much that is going to be the end of the first episode. I'll see you guys next time. The next test will be up in the next couple of days. I'll see you guys next time.